back to our channel. We are the Pageant Gurus, and on behalf of Guru, I would like to wish all our Indian viewers in India and abroad a very beautiful, happy Republic Day.
Emma, it's a very
Guru,
special day for Indians. It's the 75th Republic Day for the Constitution of India, just about 3 years ahead of Miss Universe, who celebrated its 72nd anniversary. We've got something very interesting. We have about three important topics. In fact, there were two, but because of some things that have really shaken up the pageant world, we had to add a bit of a stop press event, which is all about Miss Universe. And then we talk about Hamara Bharat, our India, our motherland, and what's all happening in the world of pageantry when it comes to India. So, guys, you
absolutely.
not want to miss that out. Let's start with the first stop press news all about.
Miss Universe. Are you ready, guys? Because you know what? As Anne promised, we have had controversy after controversy, and it's been super entertaining. However, how would this affect the pageant in the future? And the organization has already taken a dramatic turn. And here's more from Guru. Guru, give us the lowdown.
Yeah, I think the first part here is that I think there are some lessons to be learned here. First, and I think this I speak from basic values that we've talked about, is never really be overly overconfident and over boasting. And I think when Anne's reign started, we just smelt a bit too much of her being in the limelight, talking about, I am the woman, the first trans woman to own the pageant. It's all about women. We are going to change women. The time for men is up. And, more than half of the population of the world felt left out.
Men, exactly.
You
And the
know,
pageant world is not dominated by women. So this is a complete misconception that Anne thought that she could be a trans woman and make a better pageant for women everywhere was absolute bullshit. In fact, she comes off as a bit of a misandrist. I had to Google the word. So you have misogynist and you have a misandrist. So she behaves like that, which is funny for her being a trans woman. You cannot have any organization run properly by being all women for women. I think a lot of men out there are being misjudged, and I think it's very wrong on the sex as well, because I think men are wonderful and we need that balance in our lives as well. And they are supportive, they are strong, they encourage us, and I don't see why men should be excluded with anything involving women. I think they have to be included because I think it's a perfect balance. You need the yin and yang. You cannot have an imbalance. And to discriminate men and say that a woman can do more without a man's support, no, I don't think so. I
I
don't think
think
a woman is weak.
teamwork. I
Guru,
think,
think about it.
and even the winners, all of them come from families where equally
They've had
support men
fathers,
and
yeah.
women, and that's what a holistic society, what a balanced society is. And it was somehow, divine retribution, if I may say, that within a year's time, we see that now the Miss Universe is co-owned with another legacy organization, with 50% shares being sold to a Mexican organization called Legacy. So now it's JKN Legacy Group, which I feel will add a lot more gravitas, a lot more balance in many ways. One is, of course, the gender, equality and everything. The second is that, we just felt that with Anne coming in, it might become very Asian and it will become, more like your grand international scheme of things, where you have Napads from Thailand and even she's from Thailand. So I think having one important stakeholder from the Latin American countries really would boost a lot of confidence in the Latinas that have been vying for the competition, and seeing that it's going to be a fair base. From the overall management and the monetary base that the Miss Universe organization will have now, I think it'll be on a rock solid ground, because yes, Asians are very keen on pageantry, and so are Latin American nations. So if you combine these two powerhouses, I think that can really create the next era. And I don't disagree with Anne when she talks of the new era of uh, Miss Universe. Plus, they have added head of global partnerships, Olivia Quito. and she's well respected, well loved. I don't know whether she's replacing Paula, but she's head of global partnerships. Does that mean it's all about all the partnerships that happen, or is it about the national directors and everyone that they are having,
Yeah.
partnerships with various nations? But she's more congenial. She's more empathetic. She's more even approachable, and she lets the women take the center stage. So I'm quite happy with that. And let's not forget she is from Philippines. So the three important nations that actually really power up pageantry, Thailand, Latin America, as well as Philippines, all are being well represented here.
Yeah.
So that's another area that I feel would work well for Miss Universe. Another thing, Emma, is that if you saw the Miss Universe this time, along with Anne, the next seat was this Raul, Mr. Raul, who was actually the owner of Legacy Holding.
Mhm.
So I do believe this was not something which was cooked up suddenly. There were plans in which this has been, in the back burner, but it's just come to light right now. We also saw that the pageant is going to be held in Mexico this year. So this
Mhm.
actually ties well with the fact that, okay, maybe they're going to have 1 year in Latin America and 1 year hosting in Asia, keeping the
Yeah.
balance, quite interesting. And both of them really know how to put up a good show. So I'm really looking forward to what this new partnership is all about. It's important to that Anne has learned her lesson. I think with what she's gone through, ups and downs, I think enough lessons learned. But I do feel that now it's the time to actually take the brand forward, learn from your lessons, let the girls be the hero, and do your business at the back end. Let not
Um,
that big forefront.
I'm not
That's
completely convinced by this entire takeover. I'm happy that yes, it's happened the way it has happened because yes, it saved her going through bankruptcy. It has balanced out her financial books a lot. So, and she's looking better on paper now because of this takeover. However, I am still worried about fair judging. I'm worried about will all non-pageant powerhouse countries be judged fairly? Will they be given a chance? Will they be noticed? Because there's so many newcomers we saw this year and they were sidelined and it was all a gimmick. So I want to see if the gimmick aspect in the inclusion of whatever categories that she added is going to be fairly judged, or again, it's just going to be for her own personal gain. So I want to probably be convinced after we see what happens in Mexico, because I feel that then again, the Latinas are going to dominate. There's going to be the sideline to Philippines again. There's going to be, and I mean, India, I don't even see us winning it for the next 5, 6 years at least. So again, if it's going to be all business, because now it's going to be another Navat happening, and now there are three people involved who are one just want their money back.
mm,
They want their ROI back. So there is where my concern is. It looks good now that okay, we have a man, a very sexy man, by the way, guys, if you've noticed, and it's fun now because it's going to look like it's equal. But what's going to happen in the pageant? Will it be fair? Will it be the Miss Universe that we love? And is it going to be something with a lot of substance? And are these
only
women's
time will
reign,
tell.
as per the advocacy, going to make sense? Because Arvani was the worst reign. I'm sorry, guys, it was the worst, most useless reign she had. And Harnaz fizzled out so bad. And I'm not sure what's happening with Shayna's now, another big takeover while she's the new queen. So these are not
Uh,
stable for the queens themselves, because I don't know how Shayna's is feeling with this, because we know what happened to Harnas towards the end. So, and we know what happened to Arbany. She was not happy at the end as well. So now another queen's come and another takeover has happened. So there's a lot of shift happening. Will she be sidelined? Will Shayna's get her spotlight? Will she get all the moments that she wants to you know um, energize herself with and make her powerful and find a path for her future from this platform? That is what I want to see now. And I think this is going to be very interesting for the next couple of months to see how things happen. And the jet never came out, the water never came out, the products, the cosmetic products, I think is going to be the Filipino, the lady, I forgot her name. So I think it's, let's see how much come into fruition as of now. I'm not
mm.
convinced completely. Let's see.
So I you made some very interesting points about it being business, and the good part, or the good thing about the pageant world itself, is that it is profitable because apparently she's sold 50% of the shares for $16 million, and she bought
Yeah.
it for 20 million. So you can imagine that she has almost increased the value of the brand in 1 year by 60%. And a lot of that, I would say, is courtesy what El Salvador really put up as a show for us. That really helped maximum number of viewership. There were so many people that came as tourists. It really boosted that whole region, I would say. So I think that worked well. The timing was perfect. So yes, there was a bit of crisis that came along, but I think all's well that ends well. The second part is now Shenis is still going to be in New York. So there are going to be three headquarters. There's going to be one in Thailand, there's going to be one in New York, and one again in Mexico. And recently, Shanice talked about the fact that she is going to travel a lot, maybe to Spain, Philippines, Thailand, and a few more. So I do believe her reign will certainly stabilize along the way, though it's been again a bit of a what do you say, a bit of a migration, and these queens actually they take the whole burden of these changing hands. And you're right, what happened with Hernaz, what happened with Albini, part of it will happen to her as well, but I hope she's more stronger mentally. She's a advocacy mental health advocate, so that's important for her as well as a queen. So that's quite interesting, actually. I'm quite kicked about the future of Miss Universe, considering the fact that other pageants are kind of taking it a back seat. I don't see enough of, for example, what's happening with Grand or Miss World.
Guru, a lot of important points you've made there, and in a nutshell, I think we are back to let's see what happens, like exactly what happened last year when Anne first came in, and we all were like, okay, let's see what's gonna happen, and then we saw El Salvador, so now and then another big bang happened in El Salvador, and then now Mexico. So we don't know what big bang is gonna happen in Mexico. So let's see, let's wait and see. So well, yeah, that's it for Miss Universe, and let's see what's going to happen. And let's keep our fingers crossed that Sheamus has a non-turbulent, non-stressful, happy reign. That's it. That's what we want to see. So, okay. So, what we have next, Guru, on our pageant
Okay, next is
sir?
about the recently concluded Mrs. World contest, where the reigning queen was again our own Indian. Remind me her name, Emma.
Chetna Joshi, she is a wonderful contestant. I watched the entire pageant and she just stood out and she was so confident and she turned heads, guys. I don't know if you guys noticed the pageant or if you know that this pageant exists. Take a look at Mrs. India because we are fantastic with the national costume. And the current queen 2022 was Sargam Kaushal, who is a military wife, and she just nailed the competition and she won Mrs. World and it was fantastic. And we also won Miss Galaxy that same year. So we had two winners from India. And this time Chetna Joshi, she won Miss Exotic Costume again and designed by our beloved Eggy Jasmine. Oh my God. I mean, if anyone could do a costume, it's him. I mean, that's it. I think he is like the guru and he's like everything when it comes to
I
national
think we
costume.
should get him on our show. I think he's so talented,
Eggy,
and
did you
he
watch
really
it?
loves the costumes that he makes for India. But just adding on to the sweet farewell walk of our reigning Mrs. World, she
Yeah.
wore the same lehenga that she wore for her wedding, and that
Yes.
was a very nice homage to say that okay, it's the institution of marriage in
Yeah.
India that she truly respects, and because of that, she is where she is today. It's because of the support of her family, her husband, and the extended family, and I think that's a very important message
Yeah.
that India continues to give to the entire world. So well
Yeah.
done. And there was, in fact, a nice reel going around where Aditi Govitrikar, as well as the latest Mrs. Universe, both in purple, 20 years apart, they had won. Aditi won in the year 2000 when we had a grand Indian year of winning everything possibly in the world of pageantry with the Lara Datta, with Priyanka Chopra, as well as with Dia Mirza. bagging the top three crowns, and Aditi as well, Mrs.
Yeah.
World. Um, so I think India's golden period has definitely come back. We've seen that with Manushi, with Harnaz, and again with Sargam. Really, all the very best. I think you raised the Indian flag very high. So, Emma, what is next on our Indian menu?
Oh my, okay, so this is the big one. Every 3 months, 4 months, we say this is the big one. It's Miss World finally coming
Woo!
again to
Yes,
India, this time Mumbai. And I am so tired because I'm tired of booking tickets and then canceling and then booking and then canceling. Never works. So you know what?
watch
Guru, you
it.
sit
Watch
put,
it.
I'm sitting put till the time it's aired. I'm not moving from here
No,
because we've lost
because
faith. We
because
wanted to go
even
cover it.
I have lost tickets for the
Yeah.
pageant that happened in Puerto Rico. I had actually booked the tickets and then they canceled it again
Yes.
on just like few hours before the show. So till
Yeah.
it happens, I think it's best to watch it, and I think that's the advice we'll give to all
Yeah. So
fellow
if you
people who are trying
guys
to fly to India. I sincere advice. I think it's best to see it at home in full
absolutely.
HD vision quality uh,
And in
rather
all
than finding
sincerity,
where it is.
we would have covered the
I mean,
pageant live,
yeah,
but
when we were in December, the idea was to watch it together in Delhi.
yeah,
But
yeah,
then they not only changed the dates, they've changed the venue as well. Now it's moved to
yeah.
Mumbai. So best to just have a look from the outside and give our expert views.
So it's
They've
too
whole-
risky,
they've
and you know what?
itinerary they've given a whole itinerary of a month. So I think by February 11th or 12th is when things kickstart. And then, we have the whole final coming in March. Uh,
Mm.
I, I was so excited the last year when they had said it's going to be in the UAE. And we said, you're going to come
I
and we're going to do this. And then it's
know.
just been like down, down, down till the time now it's okay. Let it happen and we'll see. However, it's
It's like the
happening in
wolf
India.
wolf story. They keep crying
Yeah,
wolf
yeah.
wolf wolf, and then now you're
Yeah,
like, oh,
yeah.
I don't care, I don't care. And I really want Miss World to come up because I think that was one of my favorite pageants
Always.
at one time. I loved Miss World. It was so fair. It was, everyone got a chance to, be judged
It was,
fairly and
it was
noticed as
royal.
well. Nobody was
There was a,
sidelined. Yeah, no country was ever sidelined. There was, okay, you had pageant powerhouses, but they recognized every contestant, and I love
everyone.
that.
Yeah. I think that's what
Every,
Julia does well. There will
yes,
be non-sash countries who will be making it. I think the whole
yes.
format of, a head-to-head challenge, or it could
Mm,
be the sports challenge, or the multimedia, or the fashion one, or, even for that matter, the beach contest. I think
yes.
all of these add up, and then you have the leaderboard. Till that time, it's fine, but the element of competition on the final night is a bit missing. So
Mm,
I hope they add few more elements of competition on the final night,
mm,
and that really helps us viewers to feel that, okay, that's how we feel that the next person progressed, and at least we have a view as to why
yes,
a person progressed, or have a view that, oh my god, this person should not have progressed,
yes,
like the way we had in universe. But I think Mrs. Julia Molly wants to just revoke all those rights of opinion from us, so that we have no opinions. We just view the contest, and it's just a coronation ball. That's it.
yeah,
She
I
comes
know.
and puts the crown. But it's
I
it's
do.
interesting to see the last two winners have been like crowning their successors and waiting for the crowning forever, never, never.
It's been jinxed for a while, and I think there's a lot of, at least, but she's not behaving like an Anne, okay? She's not
No, no, no.
yapping too much, she's not talking too much, she's not trying to, she doesn't have ego. I love Julia, she does not have ego. You can just see it in that lady. She's so dignified. However it is, even if the pageant sucks, she still is smiling and she does her best. I really, really, really respect her. And she was even
I think
knighted,
she's
right?
one person who stays away from, she's one person who stays away from the business concept. It's
Yeah,
all
and
about
I
beauty.
love it. And she's, I think there was a lot, and it was, when Eric was there, I think it was so wholesome. So, like, the women were respected truly. They were not like sex symbols, they were not sexualized, and it was very dignified. I love, because they always put up a very dignified, respectful pageant, and I love that. I do wish a lot of money comes into Miss World and this pageant picks up, because I am tired of seeing all the, I mean, Guru and I talk about this behind the scenes, but all the really weird, I mean, stuff that we hear and we know that's going on in MGI and other pageants as well. And it's, I think, quite disgusting. So I think I would love to see a respectful, dignified pageant like Miss World pick up, get a lot of money so that they know they can put up a good show. And you know what? Change it up a bit, upgrade it a bit, and just keep that essence of Miss World as it is. And that crown is still my number one favorite. It'll always be my number one favorite crown. So a lot of love to Miss World. Please don't disappoint us. But I'm going to be at home. Guru's going to be at home. And if you guys are wondering, no, we're not going to cover it. We're scared now. So we're going to be watching at home. But you're going to get all the updates from us. So stay tuned for that. A lot more coming up. So that's pretty much it for this Super Bulletin on our Republic Day special. So this is the basic pageant news for now, but we got lots more coming up next week because we have another pageant season starting and it's Miss World, and we've got a lot of gossips and fun tidbits to share with you. Guru, why don't
Yes,
you tell our viewers
there will be a
is
small
the
mini
fun
Miss
stuff we're
World.
going for Miss World?
There's going to be a mini festival for Miss World happening in India through the Pageant Gurus, because nobody knows Miss World better than India, and nobody else can give you better understanding of Miss World than the Pageant Gurus. So the next time we're going to have a very interesting and beautiful story of the entire Miss World era, from the time when it started till the time of last year, highlighting the key contributions of Miss World to the world, as well as the keys, the top queens that we loved all through these years. So that's going to be the first opening of Miss World from the Pageant Gurus. And then we will talk
And
about our
Guru
top
is going to be
favorites.
sharing, Guru is going to be sharing a lot of fun trivia that you do not know about the pageant world, connecting to India and our contestants and everybody else.
Our
And we're going to
six
do a special
queens.
episode in retrospect to all our beauties and all special honorable mentions as well who've made a strong impact and, well, have led on to have wonderful lives after that, because that's when I think India really took on the beauty pageant stage and women were emancipated and there was a lot of growth for us. And, well, yeah, so we've got lots of fun things coming up for you. You don't want to miss that. It's a wonderful and a very special occasion for us here in India to celebrate our 75th Republic Day. And, well, we have a lot of achievements as a country, and of course, as a space program, our scientists, our doctors, everyone. And we want to wish everyone who's made India proud today, regardless if you're a beauty queen or whoever. We are so proud to be Indians, and we're so proud for you guys abroad taking our flag and making it shine bright amongst it all. So thank you, everybody watching abroad, watching in India. A lot of love and have a wonderful weekend ahead. And stay safe, my sweetheart. Mwah.
Bye.
Bye.
Shukriya.
Shukriya.